My dear elegant ladies, welcome back to my channel. This whole video is about dressing for your body shape, so stay tuned. In my online finishing school, we talk so much about transformation. We focus on looking elegant, looking expensive, but also to look feminine. And did you know, to achieve all of that, easiest way to do so is to dress according to your own body shape. First, let's talk about how to measure your body shape. So when we measure, we want to see how wide our shoulders are, how wide our waist is, and then how wide our hips are. And then we basically draw a line from our shoulders down to our hips to see which one is, bigger than the other, or are they both aligned? And where is our waist placed? Let's start with the hourglass, which is a very common body type. I think a lot of women have hourglass, but I do want to say that there are two types of hourglasses. So we have the neat hourglass, which is somebody who is more slim or more average body shape. And then you have the full hourglass, which is oftentimes the curvy or the plus size woman. Hourglasses always gain weight all over the body, so they tend not to gain in just one particular place. Their body is truly an asset for them, and how you determine if you are an hourglass is if you can draw a straight line from your shoulder down to your hip, and then you have the waist that goes inside. It's pretty defined. I am personally a neat hourglass. The hourglass have the best body to enhance the silhouette, and when we dress ourselves, we want to either enhance or camouflage, or sometimes both. But in this case, hourglasses should really focus on showcasing their natural curvy silhouette instead of hiding it, which is actually a very common mistake a lot of hourglass ladies do, and that's including myself. Hourglasses must avoid wearing layers, wearing boxy jackets, wearing things that are oversized, making them look more bulky, making them look more disproportional. Like there is this current trend of oversize right now, where people maybe will be wearing a pair of leggings, which is a very tight silhouette, and then they wear something very voluminous on their upper body, making them look very disproportional. Since the hourglass tend to have a very curvy hip, very wide hip, low-rise trousers are a no-go, and oftentimes it can be quite uncomfortable for the hourglass to wear. Instead, pick mid-rise or high-rise, because that will enhance the silhouette and also define the waist. So what should the hourglass be wearing? All clothes that are fitted. Everything that showcases the waist, we do want to enhance the waist. If there is a nice belt on a coat, we want to definitely have a belted coat. We want to have maybe a wrap dress where you can tie yourself here in the waist. We also want to wear things that really put emphasis on the waist. I mean, look what I'm wearing today. This is a perfect top for an hourglass because number one, I can enhance my waist by just pulling this together. It also gives this little detail here and just also gives you more of an optical illusion of a waist. Hourglass should always think waist, 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 fitted clothing, natural feminine shape. I also want to give a big thumbs up for the pencil skirt because that one really showcases the hourglass silhouette. Lastly, some celebrities that you can take inspiration from that are hourglass. We have, for instance, Sarah Jessica Parker, we have Monica Bellucci, Tara Banks, Sofia Vergara, and Chanel Iman. The second body shape is the rectangle, and even with the rectangle we have two variations to it. The first one is called the lean column, and the second one is just called rectangle, or it can also be called square. And the lean column is the skinny, tall, straight body shape. The rectangle has no waist definition whatsoever. They're very much straight. They might have just a little bit of waist definition, but truly not enough to qualify as an hourglass. The general rule for the rectangle is to create an optical illusion of a curve and to camouflage the fact that she doesn't have a waist. But there are certain clothing when you put that on, and let's say it's a belt in the waist, and then you really show that there is no waist there. So instead of creating an optical illusion of having a waist by having, let's say, that belt there, you have instead highlighted it and really made it obvious that there is no waist there, that you're very much straight. Also things like tucking your top in high-rise trousers where you clearly see that there's no waist definition. So what should the rectangle be wearing? Definitely wear stiff materials, which is very much advised actually. Create some form of straight lines in clothing. So anything where the waist is not too defined, or where everything is just going in a straight line. Common dresses like that are like the sheet dresses, very good for the rectangle body shape. There are also dresses that or clothes in general, tops that have like a waist illusion. Or it could be that actually, let's say if it's a jacket, the jacket has created like a waist definition by itself, the way it's structured. So you can also have like peplum tops that are like that, that they have kind of created a shape of a waist. The importance is that we want to make sure people think there is a waist, even though there's not. Also, the really good thing about being a rectangle is that rectangles, they are probably the body shape that look the best in trousers. They are made for trousers, and actually they are probably the only body shape who can truly pull off the skinny jean. Maybe not the square body shape, I would say more the lean column, the more tall one, the skinny one, the one who looks more like a Gwyneth Paltrow or a model type of body. Last advice to the rectangle. Do focus on wearing as much feminine clothing as possible, as the body may be a little bit more androgynous, a little bit more masculine because of that lack of waist. Femininity can be in all kinds of different ways. It can be, for instance, by adding some florals. It can be by adding some ruffles, some bows, some more cute outfits or some more seductive outfits. So celebrities that have a rectangle body shape. So for the lean column, I already gave you the example of Gwyneth Paltrow. I think she's a really good example. We also have Miranda Kerr, Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz is a good example. And then we have Jennifer Hudson, Kate Upton, and for the plus size, we have Queen Latifah. So body shape number 3, and we have reached the oval or the circle. For those of you who are unfamiliar with my lingo, you can also refer to the apple-shaped body type. It's basically the woman who puts on all her weight around her waist. Now I do need to give you a little bit of an information, is that there's a lot of women out there who think that they are the oval body shape, when in reality they're actually hourglasses or maybe a rectangle. And actually majority of ladies who are true ovals are older ladies who have passed the menopause, because that's when the body starts putting on everything around the mid area and create that fullness that really defines somebody as being a circle. So the general rule for the oval is that you need to have a very straight clothing line. You almost want your clothes to hang from the shoulders all the way down. You want to definitely camouflage your mid area because that's the most voluminous part and it's maybe not the most flattering. Of course, what you should be avoiding is anything that is fitted, bodycon dresses, belts that go in your midsection, anything that the hourglass would normally wear, you should be avoiding. When you put the accent on the stomach, you really put it in the focus. Another thing that a lot of actually oval ladies do is that they end up wearing boxy clothes, boxy jackets as a result to try and camouflage their stomach area, but oftentimes they make themselves look even bigger this way, which is also not a good way to go. What they should be wearing instead are A-line dresses, straight line dresses, tunics, things that go from top down. A bit of layering is good too. Having some unstructured clothing that goes in very simple straight lines. Now some celebrity ovals. We have Queen Elizabeth, well obviously because of her age. We also have Keely Price, Octavia Spencer, and Chandra Wilson. Ladies, I do have a free cheat sheet where you can find out more how you can make yourself to look expensive and elegant. Visit classycheatsheet.com and download this free cheat sheet. It's absolutely free of charge, so visit classycheatsheet.com. We have two more body shapes, and they are actually the total opposite of each other, so listen carefully. Number 4, we have the triangle. And the triangle is also known as the pear-shaped body, where you have more narrow shoulders and you have hips as the widest part of your body. The weight gain oftentimes happens mainly around the hip area, the thigh area, and the thighs and hips are usually the more prominent areas of the person's body. The person can have a fuller chest or be a flat chested, but they are somehow more narrow on the upper body. Triangles can be easily confused with hourglass, so it's really important to properly measure yourself. The mission with a triangle is to really create an optical illusion. We want to balance the proportions out since the lower body has such a dominant effect. So what we want to do is to actually minimize the effect of the lower body. We want to perhaps wear darker clothing on the lower body, maybe dark trousers instead of light trousers. We want to add emphasis on the upper body. We want to maybe add more prints on the upper body, more light colors, more accessories. Maybe a little bit of volume is fine too. Puff shoulders is a very popular trend right now. That definitely creates volume, but even the trend with the kind of oversized cardigans and tops and so on, the triangle can definitely wear that because they need to add volume on their upper body. One thing that the triangle should definitely avoid is to emphasize on the hip. It can be, for instance, jackets that finish on the hip, or you can be wearing crossbody bags that stay on the hip area. What you do is that you widen yourself even more and you draw the attention of the eye that way. Triangles might also find it difficult to find dresses that fit them. I do recommend to focus on investing in separates. And like I said, skip those light trousers. Do go for darker skirts, darker trousers, and of course, do the opposite on your upper body. Celebrity triangles. We have the gorgeous Julia Roberts, we have Lady Gaga, Kate Winslet, and Helena Bonham Carter. Now the last body shape, ladies, the inverted triangle. And as you might notice, it is the total opposite of the triangle. So here we have the one who has the shoulders as their widest part of their silhouette. The hips are usually more narrow and the waist is kind of there, but not too defined. A typical example would be imagining a woman who is a professional swimmer. So here, as with the previous example, we also want to create the optical illusion. We want to add more emphasis on the lower body and we want to kind of draw the attention away from the upper body and camouflage perhaps certain wideness in the shoulder area. So for that reason, it's really important to avoid any form of accessories, bright colors on the upper body, very kind of patterns that really just draw the attention. On the lower body, you want to avoid the dark trousers and instead you want to wear more light trousers, maybe trousers with pattern. You can definitely wear wide skirts, skirts that kind of go out this way and add a bit of volume because you want to add volume on your lower body. I think palazzo trousers are perfect for the inverted triangle, and please, 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 any inverted triangles out there who are wearing these trendy puff shoulders, throw them in the bin now because they just make you look wider. Celebrity inverted triangle examples. We have Naomi Campbell, we have Charlize Theron, we have Grace Kelly, we have Madonna, Angela Bassett, and we have Kendall Jenner. Ladies, this was short and sweet, but I do hope that you have a better understanding now how to dress for your body shape. Join schoolofaffluence.com if you want to dig deeper into your physical and personal transformation to become a more refined woman. Ladies, I'm not done here. You have to watch my video, 5 fashion rules every lady should know, because this video will definitely elevate your look to the next level.